Not too long ago, the only way you could expect to get professional sound for picture was on film sets or in television studios. Today, the technology to capture great audio has made its way to content creators of all types, so anyone can find the right tools to create high-quality recordings. But the knowledge and techniques to use some of these tools can still seem complex or hard to find, even with the right gear. I'm Alex Knickerbocker. I record, edit, and mix sound at the major studio level, and today I want to show you how to use some of the same mics and techniques found in pro workflows to get the best audio quality no matter what kind of content you're creating. Now, there are a lot of ways to do this and no set rules, but there are definitely ways to make your audio stand out, and that starts with choosing the right microphone. You can get great results from on-camera mics and wireless lavs, but for the most professional sound, you're going to want a boom mic. Boom mics are exactly what they sound like, microphones that are mounted on the end of a boom pole. You've probably seen them used by professional recordists and boom operators on movie productions or live news broadcasts. They usually require dedicated recorder and electricity, known as phantom power, but they deliver uncompromising recording quality in studio and out in the field. And they're a great choice for both stationary content shot in a dedicated space or unpredictable places like film sets and the outdoors. Many people use the term shotgun mic and boom mic interchangeably. The reality is that there are plenty of different mics you can mount to a boom, and shotguns are just one of them. But they're the most common for good reason. Shotgun mics are extremely directional. They represent on-axis sounds right in front of them clearly while reducing off-axis sounds by using an interference tube that attenuates noises arriving from other directions. Some, like the MKH-8060, are a bit shorter and therefore more forgiving with placement. Others, like the classic MKH-416, have a longer interference tube that rejects even more of the environment. Boom operation is all about placing a mic close to a sound source while staying out of frame. Don't be afraid to get creative with mic placement. For dialogue, critical distance is between 1 and 3 feet, and it's best to aim just below talent's mouth to balance chest resonance, articulation, and space. Common practice is to place the mic from above, but anywhere that sounds best will work. Freedom of boom movement can make all the difference, so try to plan your shots to keep noise sources behind the mic position to maximize the noise rejection these mics are capable of. Properly placed boom mics will sound great raw, but their real strength is providing the best starting point to improve them further in post. When you capture video or still photos, you try to create the absolute best image in camera so you can manipulate what you capture with editing or color grading. This is the same idea. Start with the best source quality, then make it stand out with proper editing and mixing. You can also use wireless lavs for coverage and safety to make sure everyone you need recorded gets heard. And if all else fails, you can even layer lav recordings under the boom mic to make dialogue stand out more while retaining the natural feeling of space that the boom provides. Be careful of phase issues if you try this. Sound travels fast, but it will generally reach a lav before it reaches a boom. And especially if talent is moving around during recording, you'll hear that time arrival difference. It'll start to sound strange. Because boom mics sound more natural, you should prioritize them to keep your workflows simple. Even if you're recording stationary sound, these mics are very sensitive to their environments. Hard surfaces can cause sound to bounce off walls or ceilings, and while shotgun mics are directional, some are still sensitive to sounds close behind them. These nuances of a mic's pickup pattern can cause issues if you're recording in rooms with lower ceilings, and it can almost sound like the mic is concentrating the reverb of the space. Using less directional supercardioid mics like the MKH-8050 can help solve this because they're not as sensitive to what's behind them. Covering reflective surfaces with sound-absorbing materials can help dampen live rooms too, allowing you cleaner sound and more flexibility in mic choices. Professional studios and sound stages are built with this in mind, but if you're working in a really uncontrolled space, hanging sound blankets on C-stands just out of frame can help tame reverb, and you might be surprised how much of a difference furniture can make too. Also, the slightest motion can cause handling noise with a boom mic, and even lightly tapping your foot can be picked up through a mic stand. That's why you should always use some kind of shock mount or suspension. They act like a steady cam for sound, keeping the mic from shaking too much so you can get the cleanest audio possible. Smaller shock mounts can be used on a boom pole or C-stand, and pistol grip suspension systems are great for handheld recording. Mics like the MKE600 can even attach to your camera shoe mount, and with its internal battery, you can record directly into your camera, no dedicated recorder or phantom power required. You should use wind protection whenever you can. Blimps and fur work great outdoors without adding too much weight, but they might be overkill for indoor use. Small wind covers work great in tight spaces and keep audio clean during quick mic movements. You can cut down on handling noise by engaging a low-cut filter like the one on the MKE600 to reduce low-frequency bumps. Using an internally cabled boom pole helps even more, or you can connect a wireless transmitter so you don't have to worry about cables in the first place. And no matter what you're creating, make sure you always record some room tone. Room tone is just the sound of the environment you're in without any dialogue or movement. It should be recorded with the same mic, using a similar perspective at around the same time you shoot everything else. It may seem simple, but having a minute or two of clean room tone can allow you so much more flexibility in the edit. By layering it under and crossfading it with your main audio, you can fill gaps, remove noises, and with a little post-processing, even make different recordings sound like they were made in the same place. That is the goal of professional dialogue editing and mixing. There should be no clicks, pops, bumps, or dropouts. Everything should sound like it was one smooth, seamless take, no matter where it was recorded. Can we get some room tone, please?
Quiet for room tone.
While your goal is to get the best sounding audio possible, the real trick is to consider what you want your viewers to hear from the very beginning. Try to see your recordings not as single tracks, but as layers that make up an entire soundscape. To learn more about boom mics and professional audio, check out the links below or head over to Sennheiser's website. And remember, there are plenty of techniques to fix bad recordings, but the best way to get professional sound starts with the right microphone.